Hello everybody and welcome back to campus for the first UFTV edition of the new year. I'm Heidi Paxson.
And I'm Alexis Mitchell. It has been a busy January for UFTV as earlier this month UFTV made a trip to the Motor City for the North American International Auto Show. UFTV's Darius Merriweather and Heidi Paxson were in Detroit enjoying the festivities.
It may be an empty hall now here at the International Auto Show in Detroit, Michigan, but there's plenty of buzz going on about the new concept cars, especially the one here at the Honda exhibit, where the Clarity fuel cell is the next wave for the Millennial set. If you're concerned about the environment or conserving oil, this is the vehicle for you. With this Honda, you can refuel in less than 5 minutes. Don't wait to get yours now. In high school, my very first car was a Chevy Impala. That was 2002 model. This, the 2017 model, has a lot more features than that here. How about we take a look and see what kind of features this car has? The main thing I love about this car is just the comfort. As you see, mostly leather inside the entire car, and also the steering wheel is also leather. But these are also very comfortable cars for college students and high school students alike. So if you're looking for a car that suits all your technology needs as well as comfort, look no further. The Impala is the car for you. But hey, let's see what else they have here in Detroit. Now for those in Finney, Ohio who need a little extra diesel behind their trucks, this is the truck for you. The Ford F-350, North America's Truck of the Year. Now, as you see in this beast of a truck, it has a lot of different technology enhancements that have really make the driving experience a lot more comfortable for you, as well as this new display here so it can have your music, your GPS and all that, as well as different features including XM radio, Sirius radio, and see on the steering wheel, it has different things such as your Bluetooth. You can call some people in here. You've already had that in your earlier models, but here you can make it a lot more easier with the touch of a button around your steering wheel. But this is North America's Truck of the Year, like we said before, and as you see, the comfort is amazing in this truck here. A lot of space, footrest for the big fellas that want to do a lot of farming, you know what I'm saying? So this is a lot of, this is for the men and the women too. But point being said, this is a really awesome truck. Don't hesitate to get this one.
We're here in Detroit at the NIIAS Auto Show, where over 100 manufacturers are showing off their products to the public. UFTV students have had the opportunity to attend throughout the week and got to learn more about the Toledo, Ohio automobile history. What many don't know is that Jeep's division headquarters are located in Toledo, just north of Findlay. We'll bring more information regarding Jeep and other companies throughout the rest of the day. This is one of the many luxurious cars here at the NIIAS. Camaros are flashy both inside and out. This particular one is a 6-speed with 2 doors and a leather upholstery interior. This model and my dad's model from 1969 are both flashy, but I would have to say that Chevy has made some remarkable changes in the last 48 years.
For the full story on this event, check out the Pulse website.
Flying all the way from San Diego, Ron Burgundy made an appearance at the University of Findlay to host a bingo night with many students and community members in attendance. Celebrity Bingo Night happened January 14th at the Alumni Memorial Union. Student Activities Board put the event together and attendance was high for the famous broadcaster. Multiple laughs were shared between peers while Ron Burgundy entertained the crowd for some big prizes to win. Sharinda Wilton, who is the head of SAB, thought the event was a success and that there could be another Celebrity Bingo Night next fall and one in the spring, but that is a SAB decision.
Pulse rider Melissa Carrick ventured downtown to the new popular bar in Findlay on Main Street. Brew U, formerly known as Uncle Buck's, has undergone a major change over the last year. The sports club has attracted the college community and regularly has large crowds throughout the weekend. To read more on Brew U, check out the Pulse website at pulse.findlay.edu.
UF students who have a meal plan might not know that their bonus bucks stretch further than just campus. UFTV's Olivia Weil has more.
Yeah, I like bonus bucks. I think it's a very good program.
Yeah, they're a good addition to the meal plan.
Since its creation, the Bonus Bucks program has taken off at the University of Findlay.
Before, you could only eat in Henderson Dining Hall. That was the only place you could eat with it. And Bonus Bucks gave flexibility where you get things after Henderson closes. You get items you want to have, like if you want to go over to the cave and just want to have a cup of coffee, get a cup of coffee there.
Students enjoy the options.
Go to Jasmine's, I get a daily coffee. And I also like using bonus bucks at like Jimmy John's. Jimmy John's is a fave.
Jasmine's and the Cave are definite crowd pleasers, but when were the off-campus options added?
I was here when we started it. It was in 1993 is the first one. Domino's Pizza was the first place.
There's no question students appreciate what the program has to offer.
I think they're good because, like, if you don't want to eat here, you could eat in the cave or somewhere else on campus or, like, one of the other restaurants.
But is it growing with the university?
Oh, it's grown a lot. Just from the simple fact is we only had one restaurant off campus-wise. Now we're up to 10 restaurants off campus, so that's grown great.
The answer is yes, but students are still eager for it to expand.
I think maybe even some of the ones that are like in downtown, Findlay, like Logan's Irish Pub, that's a good place.
Lucky for them, it will soon.
And we have actual restaurants on the waiting list right now as well that would like to be a part of it. Right now we're in a holding pattern until we open up our new operation on campus next year at the College of Business.
Olivia Weil, UFTV.
Every day, students go into the cave to enjoy a great food and have a relaxing experience. But there's one constant thing that every UF student knows, the smiling face of Cindy. We sat down with her to get her insight on the role she plays here at UF.
The University of Findlay's cave sees many faces throughout the day, people coming and going to grab a bite or just to study. However, for cave employee Cindy Buessler, she is a constant. And more than a UF employee, Buessler has a long history in education.
Well, I grew up in Hancock County in a little town, Arlington, just south of Findlay, and I went to Arlington High School, and then I went to Bowling Green State University, and I had a double major in elementary education and in special education, which LDBD, which was learning disabilities and behavior disorders at that time. So I taught 5 years at Corey Rawson schools in a learning disability classroom, and in the middle of that, I took a year off and finished my master's at the University of Michigan. And now I go each day and volunteer in a kindergarten classroom. My mom was a teacher, and I think that at the time that I was growing up, there weren't as many options, I don't think, as for women that you thought about. And I just loved it. As a matter of fact, when I was in high school, when they couldn't get a sub, sometimes I became the substitute teacher in my senior year and a little bit in my junior year. And I just liked it. You like it when people take an interest in you and remember things about it, and you can ask. I mean, everybody likes that interest. So, and I think sometimes it helps. There are some kids who come in who I think just need somebody to, because they're further away from home or something, or college is just hard, and they kind of latch on, and then they go merrily on their way. And the kids are interesting, and you know, you just try to keep track and to know what they have. It goes back to the little song you sang in Sunday school. What a wonderful way to spell joy. You do Jesus, others, and you. You put yourself last, you put the Lord first, and then others and yourself, and you just try to take an interest in them. I had a time when there were numerous students in the class who had lots of different needs, and this was in a regular classroom, and their parents weren't happy with the way I was handling things, and they really, it wasn't the kids as much as the parents. I think struggle with parents. When you can't please parents and the children, that's a real hard situation. There were times where they weren't happy, and I just have to do what I feel was right as an educator. And so I had to go then on what I said I was responsible to do. So that's how I handled that. I stopped teaching when I had the maximum amount of years I needed for retirement, and I felt that this ideas with the parents came at the end of my teaching career. I didn't want to make unhappy parents and unhappy children. Don't go into education if you don't love it and it's not an 8-to-5 job.
This is Jacob King reporting for UFTV.
UFTV's Larissa Holmes sat down with Findlay alum Pam Pivaronas, who has developed her own business that provides equine therapy called Equinity Therapy Solutions.
I knew since I was 8 years old that I wanted to work at a rehab facility, but I didn't know what path I was going to take. I had gotten certified in Northeast Indiana Equine Massage and Rehab out in Decatur, Indiana. I got my equine sports massage therapy certificate as well as equine rehab therapies. I also did some additional classes with her where I got certified in thermal imaging and saddle fitting. After a concussion, I had to stop riding for a little while, and I took a new path of business and decided to be mobile just so that I can maximize my potential in the industry right now. I started Equinety in November of 2015. Prior to that, about 3 years ago, I started my own equine massage business, and I did that by myself, completely independently. It was called Pivaronis Equine Massage. So I did that for about 2.5 years prior to starting Equinety. And then the notion of Equinety was to add more, have equipment, and be able to reach more horses. We try to travel at least 2 to 3 times a month, going to different horse shows. Our main market is Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, Kentucky, Illinois, and Western Pennsylvania. However, we will travel farther. I've traveled down to Ocala, Florida last winter for a couple weeks and worked down there. We will also be going to Mississippi next week and a couple shows in Tennessee. And my plan is to expand all the way down to Florida. The University of Findlay is actually one of our sponsored barns, so they get an awesome deal on horses every month as long as they book 5 horses with us. And then on top of that, I come and I do different lectures and demonstrations with some of our equipment for any of the professors that ask. We also have given some prizes to some of the end of the year horse show stuff, as well as giving discounts and stuff to students. I have traveled with the Hunter Jumper team to go to some shows and have donated my equipment for their use at the horse shows, kind of keep the horses going good. My advice to anyone, honestly, is to follow your passion. I know it's a very cliche thing to say, but when you make your passion into a career, it's not like another job. It kind of gives you a means of putting your heart and your all into something, and I think that people do a lot better when they do that. So I know like a lot of people who come through the equestrian program, they want to be trainers, they want to ride and stuff like that, and if that's what you're set on doing, go for it. Like, I think that you should follow your dreams, and everything else kind of falls into place when you do that.
To view the interview, visit our website at uftv.findlay.edu. Coming up next, Brandon Emsweller will catch us up with our Oiler athletics. We'll be right back.
Who is very sensitive to lights and sounds.
Can we redo that?
So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in.
I said...
The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Why do I choose Union Bank? Because they understand that I work hard for my money and deserve a reward, like Everyday Rewards Checking, a checking account that rewards you with a refund on your ATM charges. Plus, you can get paid, cash rewards or great interest rate rewards just for using your debit card or paying a bill online, right from your phone or tablet. Stop by the Union Bank today and ask about Everyday Rewards Checking, or visit us online. Your community bank. Union Bank. Member FDIC.
Hey, look, it's those guys. Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be?
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
UFTV is your university and community TV station.
My name is Brandon Emsweller with your UFTV Sports.
It was a busy weekend for the Oilers basketball team as both teams were at work this past weekend against Lake Erie College. The women were victorious in their matchup, winning by the score of 84-56. Carly Boner led all scores with 19 points off the bench as the Oilers as a team shot 53% from the field. The girls improved to a 9-10 record on the season with 3 wins in the conference. Now on the other side, the men's team had a battle that came down to the final seconds as Taryn Sullivan scored 22 points, including the game winner with 4 seconds left to beat the Storm 81-79 to improve their wins to 14 on the season. Both teams are back in action today as they battle rivals Tiffin University with tip-off starting at 5:30 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. respectively. That's it for sports. I'm Brandon Emsweller. Let's send it back to Heidi.
Thanks, Brandon. That's it for this week's edition of UFTV News. For more on any of these stories, visit the Pulse website at pulse.finley.edu. I'm Heidi Paxson.
And I'm Alexis Mitchell, and have an awesome day.
Underwriting is to UFTV what advertising is to commercial television. By sharing our costs, organizations can satisfy their corporate and marketing objectives through an association with UFTV programming. Our underwriting team can design a program that is custom made for you to reach your advertising goals on UF's media network, UFTV, The Pulse, or WLFC 88.3. To underwrite a program, contact UFTV at 419-434-5909.